Hey guys, this is Adam Henderson. Welcome to my Scrabble channel. I'm not quite as good as Josh Sokol, who has his own YouTube channel and is much more popular, but I'm hoping that this channel will be more like just to give you a different perspective on Scrabble than kind of the more polished YouTubers of Josh Sokol and Will Anderson, and somebody is still a strong player, and but maybe not quite as strong as the strongest players. Mac Miller is another one. So we have three really strong, like super strong top level Scrabble players, and then you have me. So I hope I bring a different perspective to the table. My I don't aim to be polished for these YouTube videos. I aim to be like real. That's kind of the angle I'm going for. So I try to be more real with you and more laid back and less polished. We'll put it that way. Uh, so I had a tournament yesterday. I did pretty well. You can see I had 4 wins, 1 loss, and 1 bye. You can see my performance rating is actually 2100, which is not as good as Nigel Peltier's performance rating, which was 2500. Pretty comical. Yeah, Nigel went from 2012 to 2026. I will show you my game with Nigel. It wasn't just me being bulldozed by Nigel. It was a competitive game all the way up until the end, and I'm proud of that game. I'm proud that I can at least give Nigel a challenge. So you can see my rating went up from 1656 to 1693, which is 7 points less than what I need if I wanted to uh, play in Division One and NASPA, because their rules, which I think is a little bit. I disagree with their rules here, because I feel like it's kind of gatekeeping. But if I do go over 1700, which is probably more likely than not after my April 20th, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself for the April 20th tournament. That's another NASPA tournament that's going to be local. I don't have to drive 3 hours, which is always a good thing for these Portland tournaments. It's a 3 hour drive, but I get to be with my husband. So, and yeah. Um, Give me a moment. It'll be interesting. Like I said, it's likely I'll be over 1700 after Chris's tournaments, and then I would qualify to play in Division One. So it'll be interesting to see like how tempting that is for me to actually play in NASPA's, um, because I already have the time off work, because I was assuming I was going to go to. So it would require me to change the time off work, which is always annoying. But it would still be tempting, just because I feel like NASPA was gatekeeping me. Yes, me specifically, from playing in NASPA's Division One tournament. But then I'll be over 1700, and then I can just go and be like, "Ha! I'm here anyway." So I'm not sure if that's a good enough reason to do that, but put your comments down below whether you think I should go to uh, NASPA's world, not world champion, national championship. What do they call it? Some sort of championship? They call it the NSC, National Scrabble Championship. Okay, so put your comments. Should I go to the NSC which is NASPA's, uh, and play in that Division One, or should I play in um, or should I play in WGPO's Division One, or should I play in NASPA's Division Two? Because I believe I can be all the way up to 1800 and still play in Division Two, which is kind of outrageous. But yeah, that's Division Two in NASPA. I haven't actually looked at the entrance list for either of NASPA's tournaments. Obviously, you can see slim pickings at this Portland tournament. Usually more than just 7 players. There's usually enough players to fill 2 divisions. So I kind of expect to be fewer players than usual for both World Cup and uh, NASPA's tournament, and I think part of the reason I expect that is because I think the economy is just not doing as well as it is. I mean, I'm already, um, my husband's just started school, and I'm helping him out financially, and let's just say I work in tech, so there's always fears there. So yeah, spent a lot of time just kind of ranting. I feel really good about my performance yesterday. I'm glad I made the trip out there and increased my rating. It's a pretty big jump from 1656 to 1693. So I do have a game for you guys. Let's see where we're at. We're at 7 minutes. We're still good. I haven't wasted too much time. Uh, so this one's the last game of the New Orleans tournament. It's going to be just kind of like a fun game to analyze, not really a serious one, because I just blew this guy completely out of the water in this game. And it's not because he's a bad player. His name is Jeff Fiszbein. His WGPO rating, this was a WGPO tournament, is 1795. So he's not a pushover. He knows his stuff. And he actually goes first, but I think it was a case of maybe he just didn't draw well. But let's just take a look at this game. This game isn't going to be really that much as far as learning anything from it. It's just going to be kind of a fun game to analyze. So he exchanges he exchanges 5. To start the game. All right, guys. So I opened with Oi. I do not know what the rest of my rack was. It was something really good. Probably something like STEIA or something like that. And then he plays Oath. So then I have Sextain. And I ended up playing, I believe it's Sextain and Anti-Sex that are in here. I think those are the only 2. Let's see what my choices are, what the best choice. It says Sextain here is 89. I went with Anti-Sex. Looks like Sextain. Doesn't Sextain take the S? I believe it does. So, yeah, clearly Anti-Sex is better here. So that was what I played. He plays Ado for, looks like 15. Just double check. Yep, he plays it for 15. So he plays it there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, where else did he? Just out of curiosity. Or else, because it looked like he had a do for 18. Okay, I can see why you wouldn't want to do that. And then the other place was here, which it's only one more point, and yeah, not sure if this is better than what he did either. So yeah, a do then for 15. This rack, not great. Ooh, I have garbage. I didn't know that word. I'm pretty sure I know that word, even though, or I'm pretty sure I've seen the word of garbage. I'll write it down. Obviously, I didn't see that play. Otherwise, I would have played it. I just played Vug here, which I think is, if I don't see garbage, probably fine. Let's see. He plays Ogle. Yeah, I drew too many vowels. So I could exchange E-O-O-O, leaving ATE. The funny thing about ATE is it's actually not that strong of a leave. I always like to leave ATE for myself. Now, I mean, it's not a terrible leave, but it's like only worth like 2 points. It's not even worth 2 points. It's according to cross tables, it's only worth 1.2 points. So it's really not that strong. Like, I wonder, like, ATEI is like really vowel heavy, but maybe even that is better than just ATE. No, ATEI isn't good, but like maybe if I have ATER, yeah, ATER is worth 11 points, but just ATE is only worth 1.2 points. So it's very interesting that ATE is such a weak leave. I think maybe cross tables may be a bit wrong on I believe cross tables gets these values directly from Quackle, which I consider to be not that great of a engine anyway. So these are probably not correct, but I think for now these values for equity are pretty close to accurate. So, but I do think ATE is a weaker leave than most people probably think it is. So it likes Olio. Let's see if that's what I played. No, I didn't play Olio. What did I exchanged for? It doesn't say what I exchanged, but I'm guessing I kept ATE. So I have to do it here because otherwise it just bugs out. So exchange for. I'm assuming I kept ATE. I think that's a pretty good assumption. I tried to remember to write what I kept when I write on my score sheet, but I didn't this time. So he plays Wirra, W-I-R-R-A. Where does that play? I'm trying to check my phone here. Okay. This is a decent amount of points for Wirra. 30 points. And the game's still competitive. I'm only ahead 29, but ahead 29 and it's your turn early in the game is I'm not sure if commanding is the right word, but it's pretty good position to be in. So I missed faceted. This was my only bingo. I believe that plays with 1T as well. Yeah, so I just didn't know it could take 2 T's. So I'll write that one down. So I missed my bingo in this position. I played D fat, which is close to the best play if I don't see my bingo. So that's fine. He plays O-H. there. He plays it here. So, I mean, he just continuing. Like, if you can't keep up with your opponent early in the game, it's really not good. So now he's continuing to bleed points against me. I'm up 42 after 6 turns. And now I have this rack. So this one, played Taj, boner easy. He exchanges 3. Oh, I have to sit his rack. So yeah, I think at this point, okay, so now I'm bugged out, so I have to refresh. Exchange 3. And obviously I'm up 93 points. So we're about halfway through the game. You can see there's 47 tiles left in the bag. So maybe not quite half, a little bit less than halfway through, because at the start of the game there will be 86 tiles left in the bag. So the actual halfway point is 43 tiles. So it's a little bit less than halfway through the game, and I'm up 93 points. So I would give myself like a 95% chance of winning against even a player that is a little bit stronger than me with this type of board and this type of score. I imagine I'm feeling pretty good about my chances at this point in the game, and I'm probably just not too overly worried about losing this game. So I played Apparotic here, which he held but didn't challenge to his credit. I think we joked about it after the game that he held that. And then he plays a lop here. I have not a great rack, but I'm up like 103 points, so it's okay. Even though the rack's not great, I've got 2 high scoring tiles, so I should be able to score well. And I missed Farsi here, so that was definitely the play. I'll write that one. I imagine that means pertaining to a farce, or I don't know if Farsi compares, probably not. Farsi or Farsius. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't compare. So, missed Farsi. What did I play? I played Kuif, getting rid of my U, scoring 27. That looks pretty good, actually. But I don't see it on this list of moves, even though I think it's a good play. Hold on. Where does Kuif play? Oh, hold on. Okay, so this isn't my rack. I typed the rack wrong. Okay, this is my rack, but I didn't play Kuif here. That was on my next turn. So I played YO. Okay, that makes sense. It scores 28. I mean, when you're up this much, you don't really have to think too hard. So it's always great. He plays Lore, LOR. Oh, he actually only fishes off 1 tile, so He's about to bingo, but one bingo isn't going to help him in this game. Especially if you're scoring only 5 points right before your bingo. Um, but that's what he chose to do. He must have like close to all 1 pointer tiles. So I mean, it's not completely unfair. C. I played Kuif. I could have played Fish here for 39, so I missed that. But Kuif gets rid of my U, which is always nice, and it gets rid of a bingo lane, so that's a bonus. So does he bingo here? Yes, he does. He plays seniors. Like, that means nothing to me at this point. So I have this rack, and again, I just don't care, so I played wood. This is probably a bad play, this wood play. Um, I probably should have played something else just because there's 2 blanks out, so like he just bingoed, so he could have at least one. Very possible that he draws one blank and good tiles to go with it, and possibly even good enough tiles that he has the freak chance of triple tripling, which is using both the triple word scores you can see at A8 and A15. And you also get the points for the W here. And there are quite a number of 8-letter words with the W in that position. Obviously, there are 8-letter words ending in wood. There's 8-letter words ending in W-A-R-E, W-E-E-A-R. There's words ending in wart, W-O-R-T. And I think there's a few others that I'm missing, but I think I covered the major ones that are W in that position. So I probably should have spent a little bit more time thinking about this position. So this was actually potentially a terrible mistake, but it's okay. I did, even though it was potentially a terrible mistake, I wasn't punished for this. He plays weak. And pretty good rack here. I played raises for 40, which I think this is good enough as far as plays go. He plays Vat2. I drew one of the blanks. I drew the Q. Get rid of it with QI somewhere. Just right here. And he doesn't bingo. He exchanges 3 again. So this is his 3rd exchange of the game, which is never a good sign if you're exchanging 3 times in the same game. So yeah, this was just a case of him getting terrible tiles throughout the whole game. So I played Mince. Played Zing. And after throwing away the Q, I drew another blank. I played Bleeding. And he plays Bunt. And I gotta figure out what the last 2 tiles are. It looks like there's an M. And an E. So Bunt comes down. I played the lead to go out for 16. And final score is 319 to 496. We scored this game correctly. And again, not that important of a game to analyze. It was just kind of a fun one to analyze just to show off that I can score a lot of points and have a really good game if I draw well. And thanks for watching, and I think maybe next time I'm going to try to find my no promises, but I'm going to try to find the rest of my games from the Portland Labor Day tournament from last year. I try to always make that one. It's a WGPO tournament. WGPO is pretty popular, I guess, around here. And again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.